Oh, my bad. I'm laughing at something else. But hello, YouTubies. But I want to talk about my first coming out to my father, who is very strict on, liking the same sex. But yeah. It all started at Atlanta Job Corps. Not trying to bash Atlanta Job Corps or nothing like that because I learned a lot there. Not that kind of way, but I learned a lot of educational stuff there. I was going to Atlanta Job Corps to be a certified nurse assistant, pretty much CNA. I got my certification. I got my I can say certificate. Might as well. I got my certification. Being there, I didn't have to go there for school because I had already graduated high school. But so I ended up going to Job Corps, and at this Job Corps in Atlanta, there's only a girl campus, for females, not for boys. But the guys could still go to, Atlanta Job Corps, but they have to leave at a certain time when school ended because they did have school, like high school classwork and stuff like that. And then they also have stuff for the career that you're taking. I didn't have to take the high school side. I had to take the career side because they already had my diploma, because I gave it to them to start for registration. So, yeah, and I came in with a group of people, which they consider your OT. I forgot what OT means, but it's been so long. I went to Job Corps like in 2008 and graduated in 2009. But it was like for 9 months for to be a CNA. But if you had to take high school and and do your career course thing, then yeah, it'll probably take a little bit longer. But it didn't take long for me. Anyway, so you know I had people who came in with me, started classes with me and stuff like that. The first thing we had to do was orientation, pretty much a short round of everything around there, what they can offer you, and you know, go inside the classroom while the people still in there studying and class still resumed, and stuff like that. So, I didn't have many people that was, you know, there for orientation with me. I had about like 5 people that was there with me, so I didn't feel alone being there because it was my first time being there. So we call them OTs. That's the people that you normally your group that you stick with, and they have a lot of people who come in like that. They always have them in groups. So you know, when I got there, I was liking boys. I was liking boys. Not saying that I didn't like them before or I didn't like females. I knew I liked the females at some point. I knew I did. But, you know, I was never around a person that I actually thought I liked. But anywho, so went there and my OT, she was talking to me and stuff. We became friends and all that. And then the other OTs that I was with, we became friends. And, we just got accustomed because in that group, we didn't know nobody at Job Corps. We just knew who we came in with or who was in orientation with us, pretty much. So, um, I say months later, you get every, it seemed like every 2 weeks or every other week you'll get new people coming in, or every week you'll get some, a group of people coming in and stuff like that. And yeah, this one girl who actually came in, she was new. She was a stud. Um, I don't have any preference with that. I mean, I like who I like. If you a stud dressed up as a boy, like a stud supposed to be, I like that too. If you a femme and you just a femme dressed up all feminine, I like that too. If you a STEM who's all just STEM, half female feminine clothes and half boyish clothes, I'm with that too. Don't even matter. But anywho, you love who you love. So she ended up coming in with a group of people. I was in my dorm room because apparently they give you, if you're gonna live on campus, you can live on campus. I stayed on campus. I didn't want to stay at home. I wanted to go out and live my life. So I stayed on campus. And I was in my room with the other roommates and stuff like that. And all of a sudden I was like, man, I'm ready to go see how my other OT, doing and stuff like that. I'm gonna see how she doing. I'm gonna see how she doing. So I went over there to her door and I knocked on the door. I mean, the first person that came to the door was this stud, and she caught me off guard because I was actually looking for one particular person that was her roommate. I didn't even know she had her as her roommate. So I'm gonna call my OT, and I'm gonna call the stud. Let me just get her name. E. It's funny because that's what we used to call. That's her nickname, E. But I'm not gonna give you her real name. It's a lot of E's out there. There's a lot of D's and so on and so on. But I'm gonna just call her E. And I didn't look at her as very attractive or anything like that. I didn't look at her as very attractive. I just looked at her as, somebody new at my, OT's room. She got a new roommate, and I never met her before. She's kind of short and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, she a little bit. I think me and her was the same height, or she was a little bit shorter than me. I don't know. But anyway, she was just staring at me in the door. She was just staring, like just like this, just staring. So I was like, hey, is my OT in there or something like that? Sorry, that was my phone. So I was like, hey, is my OT in there and stuff like that? Cause we supposed to be meeting down there downtown at Centennial Park and stuff like that. So she was like, she's not here like that. Oh, who your OT? And I told her my OT, and she was like, oh, she's not here. She didn't come back from the weekend. I was like, crap. It's so boring. I ain't got nowhere to go. I'm not gonna go to Centennial Park by myself. So I was like, well, can you let her know that I came by? And she was like, what's your name? And I said, Denise. That's my name. And she was like, okay, I'll make sure. I'll let her know. That's how she was looking at me. I'm like, what's wrong with this chick? What's wrong with her? Why she looking at me like that? So finally, she started to shut the door. I said, okay, thank you for, thank you. So I'm cause me and my OT room, we're like this. It was like my room is in front of her room. Our dorm is in front of their dorm. It's like rooms all the way down the hallway like this, just rooms in front of each other, doors in front of each other. So all I had to do was just walk straight and knock on the door, and that's it. And if she wasn't there, I had to come back. So I ended up coming back, and then all of a sudden, I'm like, I started seeing her around more. So we went. So finally, my OT ended up coming back from home from over the weekend, and she was like, hey, hey OT, you met my new roommates, and I'm like, I only met one. I don't know who else is new in there. I mean, I met the people that was originally there. When you came there and stuff like that, I met them, but I only seen one new person that I ain't never met. I said, well, if you consider her, then yeah, I met her. And she was like, cause when she saw you, she just wanted to keep talking about you and stuff. She was like, oh, this girl named Denise came over to our to the room asking for you, and she is so pretty and Joe. I'm like, really? Like, really? And she was like, yeah, she was just asking, talking to me about you and stuff like that. And she just, I don't know what happened. What you do to her? And I'm like, I ain't do nothing. All I did was just, told her my name, ask her where you were, and that's pretty much it. So she was like, okay. Cause she just talking about you. I was like, oh, okay, well, I'm just leave it like that. So we finally went downstairs in the building. We go downstairs, that's where you do everything. You can do activities, you can play. It's like the recreation center. That's what it is. A recreation center, pretty much. Where you can play pool, all that stuff, they had all that. So we went down there. They even had a snack uh store down there where you can go to the snack store, get chips. You can just, oh, I want chips, I want a soda, I want that candy bar, I want those Skittles, anything. They had it right there at the snack bar. And they also give you allowances there too. So, getting on my stuff, money and junk like that. And I saw her coming up and she was like, just like, hey, how you doing? I'm like, ain't you my OT roommate? And she was like, yeah, 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 yeah. I'm E. I'm E. That's what they call me. I'm like, oh, okay, E. Nice to meet you. Like that. And she was like, yeah, yeah. I was kind of a little shy, to talk to you because you just blew my mind. I'm like, okay, thank you. So after that, that's when she started showing me her friends. Like she was telling her friends about me, seeing me, and I'm like, dang, like I only met you just for that second. Well, even not for that second, for like a minute or so, a minute. And you already telling folks about me. You don't even know me. So she just, told. She had this other tall stud friend who was freaking taller than me. All the girls liked her. All on like to her. Me, on the other hand, if I see too much going on right there, I try to stay away from it. I mean, I like you from a distance. Oh, she is she is cute and stuff like that. Oh, she do look good, like that. But I ain't finna approach you because you got all these other females who flocking over you just like that. Mm-mm. So anyway, she was talking to her about me, and she was like, "Yeah, I gotta let you meet her and stuff like that." So alright. So I went over there, met her, and I was like, hey, she's like, hey, 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 hey. I'ma just call her D. So she was like, hey, my name is D, and what's yours? Like she was acting like she was really a nigga. Like, I wouldn't even say nigga. She was acting like she was really a guy. She was like, hey, my name is D, so nice to meet you. All like that and don't. So I'm like, um, my name is Denise. Nice to meet you too. Like that. And E was like, yeah, yeah, I just want you to meet her. This the one I was talking about. This the one I was talking about. I was like, oh, okay, cool. So I was like, I'm gonna go back over here with my OT real quick, and that's when my OT was like, yeah, yeah, she wanted me to tell you about, her and stuff like that. So I wanted you to meet her on your own or something like that. But I did tell you she was my own roommate. So I was like, yeah, you did, yeah. So time started passing and junk like that. We started getting more friendlier with each other. We would sit at the lunch table and all that junk like that, eat, socialize. She had this one friend that she was always cool with. She wasn't no stud or nothing like that. To my knowledge, I thought she was gay, but to Eve's knowledge, she wasn't. She claimed that she looked at her as a sister. Me, on the other hand, I didn't look at that. I was like, you sure sitting by her at the table a lot. You're not even sitting over here with me. You want to, socialize with me, get to know me, and all this stuff like that. So I was like, it's all right. It's cool. Go ahead. You know, I just gave the benefit of the doubt. So I was like, it's her friend. She knew her before she knew me. So, like that. So she had this friend. She was a femme, of course. She was a female, of course. She didn't dress like a boy or nothing like that, or a STEM or nothing like that. She just dressed feminine. But she was always cool. So I would see her hang out with her a lot. So I thought that, oh, maybe she out with, maybe she go with her. And she ended up telling me, no, I don't go with her. I just look at her as my sister. And I was like, oh, okay, okay. Flip my mind. Oh, okay, okay. So to speed it up a little bit, we start liking each other. We start going places, Centennial Park, the CNN building where you could eat, down there and stuff like that. Um, Going to parades and stuff that whatever, just whatever. We were just doing everything. It got to the point where me being me, a very sensitive person, but a strong person on the outside, very strong. I'm strong on the inside too, but I can be very sensitive. Got to the point where I caught feelings, which is bad. I caught feelings. I caught feelings quick because how she was talking to me in the most, in a mannerful. I think that'll be a word, mannerful way. She was talking to me like with charisma, pretty much a lot of it, a lot of care behind it too, as well. And I was feeding it, I was eating it, I was eating it up. Like, oh my gosh, she's sweet, she's so lovable, and all this stuff. So me being me, as we kept getting deeper, she said that she started falling in love with me too. So I'm like, no, all that stuff. It was good. Then all of a sudden, we started catching really, really strong feelings for each other. And so I decided to tell my dad. Well, I told my dad, and my dad normally he has names with what he called gay guys and gay women. He called lesbians carpet munchers. He called gay males fruit booties, sodomites. Um, it's all these other kind. But anyway, I ended up telling him because I this man raised me. I know what he thinks about gay people. He don't he's not like gay people. He just if they do something to another, same sex in front of him, then he'll be like, oh, do that on your own time or something like that. But he would not come out and just say, you know, oh, you gay, you going to hell. No, he don't do that. Now, if you come on to him, like if a gay guy come on to him, then yeah, he will start saying some crazy stuff at you. But he had friends who were gay and stuff like that, so he tried to be respectful. But I knew how he act too as well. But so I told him one day I just decided I was like, I gotta tell my dad. That's what I was telling her. I gotta tell my dad. I gotta tell my dad. And she was like, how you think he would react? And I said, well, let me tell you about my dad. So I told her about my dad, and she was like, oh, do you really want to tell him? I said, I have to. I have to tell him so I can see if he will still accept me because I love my dad. I love my dad. Me and my dad close. So I was like, I have to tell my dad. So she was like, okay. So one day I said, well, on weekends we end up leaving Job Corps and go spend time with our family. They let us do that. Like on weekends we they just want us to come back before Monday. They want us to come back Sunday. Cause we did have a curfew being there. We had a curfew. I can't remember what time it was. I think it was like 10 o'clock. That's it. You supposed to be in by 4 9 or something like yeah. Be in before 9. No later than 10. If it's 10, then you will get in trouble for it. You really will get in trouble for it. Now if you think you're gonna come in late, then you could just call up there and tell them, hey, you know, can I speak to the floor the sixth floor or something like that, or whatever floor they have. I can't remember, but can I speak to you? Yeah, I'm gonna be running late because of this and this and this. Okay, they'll be okay with it. Sometimes they'll let you come in the morning, before school starts. But yeah. So I ended up telling my dad. My dad was like, I thought he was gonna really yell at me, but he didn't. He was like, It doesn't matter. I still love you, still my daughter. He asked me questions, of course. He did. Don't get it twisted. He asked me questions. He was like, what made you want to be like this? Did it have something to do with me? And I'm like, no, Dad, it didn't have nothing to do with you. It was just, that's just, it happens. It just happens. It's like, how long was you like this? Denise, how long was you like this? And I'm like, I don't know. It's just if I see something I like, I see something I like, I get attracted to. When I say it, I mean people. Um, so he was like, well, no matter what, you're still my daughter, and I still love you. I may not like the stuff that you're doing, but who am I to tell you what to do? You're grown now. I was like, well said, Dad. Well said. I like that. And I know a lot of people will want to like something like that too, with their family, with both parents. My mom, she couldn't wait to tell my dad. Couldn't wait to tell my dad. Because I did tell my mom first, because her being her, I shouldn't have even told her. I shouldn't even told her. Because she ended up telling my dad. And then I was going to tell my dad that day. And so she ended up telling him before I could even, you know, say anything, he was already talking to me. I had called him. I had called him and I was like, hey, Dad. And he was like, hey. He said, wait a minute, I got some. He said, I got something to ask you. I was like, oh, what is it? He was like, I heard you were gay or being gay or no, he didn't say gay. He said when he don't want to say that, he'll say being funny. That's what he'll say. I heard you being funny. So I was like, being funny? What you mean that being funny? He was like, you know what I mean by being funny. You know. And I'm like, liking girls? And he was like, yeah. I said, how you hear that? And he was like, I heard it from your mom. And I was like, wow. So that's when I started telling him everything. And then that's when I told him. That's when he ended up saying, well, no, you're my daughter. I still love you no matter what. I may not like what you've done or do or did, but you're still my daughter and I still love you. That ain't gonna change. So I was like, well said, Daddy. Well said. Thank you very much. Now that I got okay with you, ain't nothing going off. You, if I decide to bring her over so you can meet her, you don't have to be sitting here talking about some and all this junk like that. So, but I'm gonna make this long story short because we ended up breaking up. We stayed together for like a year, and within that year, like I don't know where in between that year or something like that, she started cheating on me. Started cheating on me with this other chick. I know the chick name, but I'm not gonna say her name because she's irrelevant. But she started cheating on me with this chick. I know we had started dating September 22nd, if I'm not mistaken. September 22nd. No, somewhere in that. September 22nd, we started dating and stuff, but then, when our 1 year anniversary ended up coming up, that's when I realized that she was like already dating somebody else and didn't tell me. And it's funny because when I went down there to visit her and her family, I met her grandmother. And her grandmother liked me. Grandma liked me. And grandmother also told me, be careful because she's a heartbreaker. I don't know why I didn't take that as a red flag or whatnot, but yeah, she was a heartbreaker. She was the one that broke my heart. But I ain't finna get all into that part. But yeah, she was the first person that broke my heart because she was the first girlfriend I ever dated, and yeah, she destroyed every little part of my heart that I can imagine. And She said I started getting clingy. She said I was insecure. She said I started getting yeah, pretty much those two things. I was being insecure and stuff like that. Why would I be insecure with people at Job Corps? I know my worth. I know how I look, baby. But you say something like that, I'm insecure over what? I didn't come to you and try to date you. You came to me because you like what you saw. Need I remind you, when I first met you, I didn't look at you as nothing like that. I just looked at you as my OT roommate. That's all. That is all I looked at that person. But from what she was saying, you know, I was insecure. I put stuff on Facebook about our relationship when I really don't. I didn't put nothing on my Facebook about our relationship. The most I have ever done is do a cry out like my life, is going down the drain or something like that. Something like that. You think you can do anything that you want to do. Nobody else didn't know that me and this person was going together. I mean, at Job Corps, yeah. But the rest of my family and the rest of my friends, they ain't know that side of the story. They ain't know that until me and her started, getting, with Twine. But I ain't have a lot of my, family as my Facebook friends. I didn't have a lot of them as my Facebook friends. I had a lot of friends as Facebook friends. I only had like one or two maybe family members they don't be kin. So, but she said I broadcast our business on Facebook, which that didn't happen. No, I did a cry out for help about basically talking about myself, not about her, but me. But it is what it is. My dad accepted it. She cheated. I'm still here. Right now, I'm married to a man, of course, to my high school sweetheart. Actually, who was my best friend first before he became my husband. But as you can see, me and him are not together. We're separated. But we ain't going all onto that because this video was about my first time telling my dad, you know, that I like the girls. So it is what it is. Ain't nothing else I can do about that. I've been on here for too long, so I'm about to get ready and go.